5 different ways you guys can make money selling phones for a profit. There's definitely way more than 5 ways. You know, you can sell online, in person, etc. But I'm just keeping 5 different ways you guys can get into this business, especially if you just started off, you don't know too much about phones. You know, maybe you want to do this as a side hustle, down the road turn into a full-time job, but you just want to dive in a little bit and see how it goes, you know. So the first method, obviously, just be buying in person and selling in person. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to test it off, you don't got too much capital. That's definitely something you do. For that, I'll definitely use Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. For example, right here, iPhone 11, right? Obviously, it'll be where you live, where it's gonna be a big factor. Let's say you live, I'm near New York City, you know. So if I was in New York, there's definitely gonna be more, I would say, potential to make more money because it's a big city. So there's gonna be way more people selling phones, way more people looking to buy phones, you know. So let's take this for example right here. Right? That's not really a good example. This iPhone 11 right here, iPhone 11. You do have to be careful about fake accounts though, because there are a lot of fake accounts, bots, all that stuff. But it's pretty easy to, you know, kind of spot. But this account doesn't look too bad, but I just don't like, there's really no info besides, you know, the iPhone 11, no scratches, all that, and there's not too many pictures. But let's just say, right, it's iPhone 11, 128 gigabytes, $300. I don't really sell too many iPhone 11s. I normally sell a little bit older ones, but let's look up what an iPhone 11 128 gigabytes goes for. Let's just assume this is unlocked. I'm not gonna mess with them or anything. Let's just assume this is unlocked for right now. But obviously, if you're doing this, you're going to have to do, you know, your own little bit of, you're gonna have to look into the phone a little bit, make sure everything turns out all right. You know, it's not blacklisted, it's unlocked, all that. You can still sell carrier locked phones, but it's a whole nother story. So let's see right here, you know. So let's see, iPhone 11 unlocked, 128 gigabytes, around 300, 340, 350. So these are online prices. The online prices are a little bit different than in street prices, like, you know, on the streets. You definitely probably, I would probably say, if you're getting 350 for this online, then you definitely get 350 for this in person. You know what I'm saying? So that's something you could do. The whole point is to, you know, not really, you're not gonna make that much profit. I mean, you could maybe try buy this for 300 and, you know, sell it for 4, or even buy it for 275, 250 if they really want to get rid of it. You just gotta negotiate with the person, but you gotta know what is a good price and, you know, how much money you can make. So you definitely are gonna have to do a little bit of research on the phone. It might take time to sell the phone. It depends on where you are. You gotta make good listings, take good photos, all that, to make it appealing for people to buy and know you're serious. You know, they'll be like, okay, I'm not really gonna want to buy a phone if there's, you know, trashy photos, you know, not really showing off the phone. Like, this is a really good photo. I wish there was more, but you know, stuff like this will be good. You could just, that's a small side hustle you could do. It's not really about the profit, but if you do this, let's say you buy 5 of those, right? Or let's say you get this down to 250, you get 4, right? You spend $1,000. You're trying to make at least $50 of profit a piece. So you got to kind of set a target what you want to make. But let's just say 50 bucks a piece, right? You spend $250. Somehow there's 4 phones. You spend $250 each. That's $1,000, and you try to make 50 a piece. So that's 200 bucks in profit. That's 20%. For me, when I sell online, I try to aim for, you know, percentages, but it's really up to you guys. It's more about just trying to flip the phone as fast as you can, rather than, you know, straight profit, where I would go for if I was doing this start off. But obviously take your time, try to find good phones, all that stuff. You find good deals, you know. So it is a little bit time consuming. You are gonna have to look, you know, but that's why I would set alerts and stuff. If there's nothing on OfferUp, hey man, switch over to, you know, Facebook Marketplace and see what they got. And you're just gonna have to, like I said, it's gonna be a little time consuming. You're gonna have to negotiate. Some people don't respond. Some people play games they really don't want to sell. It makes no sense. If you got free time, there's something you're really into, and you want to sell in person, if you want to buy and sell in person, there's definitely something you should do. All right, so again, number 2, buy in person and sell online, which is something I would be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's take that example, the iPhone 11, right? I saw that it was going, I think, around, if it's in really good condition, I'd probably say, you know, minimum 300 to 350. But the thing you gotta consider in with eBay, there's definitely other, you know, places you can sell like Mercari, but I'm not really too familiar. But regardless, if you sell online, they take a percentage. But obviously, I use eBay because I think it's the best one. You know, that's where you get the most reach with people trying to buy phones. But let's say this, right? 320. Where's the one where it was 340? Let's just use 340, right? So he wants 300, but let's say you negotiate it down to 250, or you know, 275 even. The thing you gotta consider is fees, eBay fees. And use an eBay fee calculator, which is useful. So let's say I sold it for 335. You charge shipping, that's up to you. I always charge shipping, so $4.99. Say shipping costs $4. Oh, that's the wrong spot. The item cost, let's say we paid $275, or you know, this is something you gotta do with your how much you paid for and everything. Shipping cost $4. So let's see, normally, let's go to the phones, right? So this is the thing, right? Normally eBay, they charge 13%, but I have an eBay store, so that is a plus. It saves you, it's like $20 a month. I'm not too quite sure, maybe 20 or 30 around that. But if you're a big, you know, not a big seller, but if you sell a lot, it'll definitely help you in the future. So you see how it's taking $45, 13%. But if I got the basic one, so it only takes 9% now. So that's a huge thing. If you are selling constantly, you definitely are gonna have to want to buy a store. Look at that. It just saves me $15 alone on one item if I was to sell a lot of expensive, you know, bigger iPhones. You know, it'll definitely save you in the long run. So this is just, let's say if I was selling this, right? Seller level, if I would just keep it, you know, I'm a top rated, but let's just keep it above standard for right now. All right, so let's say, right, it breaks down everything that all the fees and how much money you would get. So let's say I bought the iPhone 11 for $275, right? And I sold it for $335 and I charge shipping. I'm gonna make $30, you know what I'm saying? So let's say at $275, it'll be like if I sold it for $305. You know, the eBay takes a cut. It's not much you can do, but it's their platform, you know. So, but you gotta take this into consideration. Let's say I bought this for $300 straight off the guy, right? Well, you probably think, oh, I'm gonna make some money because I sold it for $340, or I mean $335. But nah, you gotta lose the dollar, you know. eBay takes your cut, so you gotta take that into consideration if you are gonna sell online. Fees, shipping, and also if you make a brand new eBay account, it's gonna take a while for you to get your money. That might be a little bit harder for people. You know, you are gonna have to spend a little bit of money to make your eBay account look attractive, because maybe not a lot of people are gonna want to buy from someone with zero feedback, brand new account, no picture, anything like that, you know. So that's where you gotta try to make your account look decent, you know. You get a logo, you get a background, you gotta take some pictures, you know, of your items. You gotta try to make it at least look professional. But if you are just gonna sell once in a while things, maybe one phone, two phones a month, maybe I guess you can get away with it. But you still should try to aim to look, you know, make your account look a little bit professional. But you gotta take that into consideration. Fees, you know, what you're paying, the person for you really good, trying to negotiate and get some good steals if you do want to sell online. Mercari is a whole different thing, but I could make a whole video on that some other time if you guys really wanted it. But yeah, you know, that's buy in person, sell online. That's another way. Let's get over to the next one. All right, so the third one would be buying online and selling online. So for this one, we can go back to OfferUp or even Marketplace. So it'll be like, you know, maybe there's not too many items near you, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you're a bigger city, there's gonna be a lot of items for sale, people are wanting to buy. But if you're in a smaller city, that might be a problem. But that's also why you can do, you know, you can filter with, let's see, a lot of OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace, they do shipping, they deliver, so you can have a bigger reach, you know. For example, let's say, right, this iPhone 12 128 gigabytes, look that up. said iPhone 8, iPhone 12. 28. Regular iPhone. It says it's unlocked, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, unlocked. Used. And let's go to sold. They go for around 350. Well, that's the thing. Also, eBay is kind of like a hit or miss. Sometimes a little bit more. You kind of just gotta see if you can try to see how many of there are that are, closer to the same price. 375, 400, 320, 350. Let's just use 350, right? Yeah, because this guy's selling them 355, 370. Let's just, you kind of also gotta put it at the bottom part, the lowest part if you're selling online, just to be safe, because they want 350, right? So let's just say we negotiate this for 300. It's 300. Obviously you gotta ask them for the IMEI, and I use IMEI check. It's a paid service, but like you see, checked over 572 items. I think it's like 12 cents. Yeah, 12 cents. Tells you everything right here. If my iPhone is on, which carrier, if it's a carrier locked, all that, when it was bought. So it tells you everything, but you are gonna have to pay if you want all the info. They do have a free service, but I like the paid services better. But let's see, right? So you obviously you gotta talk to them. But like I said, not everyone responds. Some people are a little bit harder. Some people might not even be able to negotiate, right? But they said 350 or best offer. You can meet at T-Mobile or whoever your service is, but they do say they ship for $10. So that might be something you want to consider. Obviously, you got to consider the $10 extra. So it doesn't look too bad at all. Obviously, you got to double check as for MEI and everything. Like I said, just make sure it's solid. If it's good, get that shipped out to you, right? So let's say go over 350. Let's say 350, right? You might be able to get it more. It depends if you do auction. Buy it now. It's kind of tricky. I try to do just buy it now because in my situation, people do know my store. I do have quite a bit of followers, so 265 followers. That's a good little amount for I would say a store my size. So people, they are gonna see your stuff. But I do try to buy it now, and if it takes a while, a couple days to sell, that's when I'll just do auction. But yeah. So let's say, right, just get it for 300. Well, let's say 315 because you got to pay $10 for shipping if you are gonna do shipping, right? So and then who knows? Honestly, let's be safe, 320. 320 because taxes and all that depends where you are. But let's say item cost 320. I always charge shipping. If you are a new seller, you might want to just add the shipping cost into your price, because some people do like free shipping. But if you're if you sell a lot or people know your page, you can kind of be good with that. Like I said, if you don't have a store, like see, look, it wouldn't even be worth it if you didn't have a store. You take 47, you're gonna be down -16, so you're gonna lose money. But if you're serious or you really want to sell online constantly, then you definitely want to get an eBay store. But look at this, you're still gonna be negative. All the fees and all the costs, it's not gonna be worth it. So you kind of just gotta see. You gotta look at all the phones. You gotta look at all the listings and see what's good for you. Well, let's say we got that for 300 flat with shipping, taxes, everything. Let's say maybe you said 275, 280, shipping, taxes, whatever. You'll make $18, 5%, which you probably might not think is worth it. I definitely would not do that. 5% is not what I'm trying to go for. But like I said, if you want to just start and see if you can make a little bit of money, it's up to you guys. But let's say maybe you said 250, right, and it comes out to 280. I'm just giving you guys a bunch of examples, Then maybe that might be something you want to do, and that's something you do from your home online. It is gonna take a little bit longer because you are gonna have to wait, for the items to come in. You are gonna pay a little extra more, but that's fine. It's up to you. If that's something you guys want to do, then of course you can do that. So that's another way. That was way number 3. Buy online and sell online. All right. So the fourth way is you can buy in person and sell it directly to stores. So this is where, this is something, it is a little bit more trickier, because obviously if you buy it, this, for example, like this iPhone 11, if it's worth 300, let's say you get it for 250. The places that you go to, a lot of places are repair stores, they obviously are not gonna pay what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? But let's say if you get a really, really good price, right? Let's say somehow you got it for 200. It really depends on if some people really do need the cash bad. Just say you get it for 200, right? Even if you gotta sell it for 250, the stores, they definitely are still going to make money, right? Because they can sell it for, if you get it for 250, if you sell it for 250, you're making 50 bucks, right? It's worth 300 bucks. They could definitely sell it for 300, make it maybe make it a little bit nicer or whatever, and plus they upcharge all the time, so 350. You know what I'm saying? They could make 100 bucks. But that's, maybe you could do that too, but you probably don't have the reach. They have a good store, people buy from them all the time. They might have online, overseas. It really depends. A lot of these stores are tapped in, so they have their own ways of making money. Plus, like I said, you can't go into one of these stores expecting to get the best price, because they're not there to play. They might lowball you, but the whole point for you, if you wanted to do this, was just to get it out the way. You could get some connects. If you sell to them a lot, they might help you out. For example, there's just one store I go to. There was an issue with one of the phones, because I bought it for 20 for my guy. Unlocked, everything was good, but it wouldn't turn on. So he charged me 50. It was an iPhone XR. I paid 20 on top of the 50. I had 70 bucks I spent on that phone, right? It was just a battery. Everything was good. You could sell it for like 200 bucks, you know what I'm saying? Online, you probably even a little bit more in person. So they could hook you up, make it cheaper for you. It just really depends. You can get a lot of connects. You can be chill with them, start a relationship. Keep buying in person. They might hook you up. It's just, that's another way you guys could definitely get into the phone, make some money with this phone business. But that's a little bit, a little bit different than traditional ways you guys can just, then rather than just selling a random person on the streets or someone who just wants to buy it. They are there to make money, of course. All right, the fifth and final way, step number 5, you find a wholesaler. You know what I'm saying? Find a wholesaler online and sell online like I do, or you can sell in person. Basically, make your own little, have your own little account, take professional pictures on, to sell in person or even online. You could basically use other marketplaces like OfferUp, whatever you guys are comfortable with. Find a wholesaler, and obviously, there's definitely websites you can buy phones from, but something I would try to find a wholesaler if I was you guys. Go on OfferUp, Mercari, maybe even eBay. Just find a good size seller that moves a lot of phones, right? Just send them a message, say, hey, I am interested in buying a lot of phones. I want to buy phones in bulk, but this is also, obviously, for this method, you are gonna need a little bit of capital, because you are gonna have to buy in bulk and consistently. Maybe they're gonna want you to keep buying. That's when they will give you the best prices, or that's where you get a good relationship. You have to constantly keep buying and buying and buying. And that's where you pick if you want to do online or in person. Because if you do in person, like I said, most likely it's gonna take a little bit longer than if you sold it online, because there's a bigger reach and more people are gonna be interested in that. But it's up to you guys. Just go through a lot of people, contact a lot of people. If you go on their page, you see they sell a lot, try to talk to them. Some people they rather just go to sell directly to one person than try to sell individual buyers. It really depends. Well, obviously some people are not gonna want to, or they don't really need you, to be honest. They got their own, they might have other people buying for them, or they like their business doing good and they don't really care about finding a person to buy in bulk. It just depends. You're not gonna find a wholesaler in the first try, but that definitely is a way. Find a wholesaler, sell in person, sell online. It's whatever you guys want to do. And yeah, man, these are 5 different ways I just told you guys. You guys are definitely gonna have to think about it and see what you guys are interested in, and just decide what you think is best for you. If you're serious, if a newer person in the phone business, or more experience, if you're here for a side hustle or for a long-term business, there's a lot of things you guys are gonna have to think about. So drop the comments, drop likes, all that stuff. Let me know what videos you guys want to do. I definitely got more videos coming out, you know, how to set up an eBay store if that's something you guys are interested, you know, about spreadsheets, how to manage all your listings, how much you're spending, you know, make a video about what you need, all the you know, all the items you need to have a little setup where you can keep control of all your inventory and everything. So just be on the lookout, guys. You know, I'm definitely gonna be dropping some more videos, but it's been 2 or 3 phones. Definitely let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.